say that explosion made me deaf. I can't hear you anymore. What?
Hello? Ian,
Hello?
are you there?
What did you say?
All I can hear is ringing.
Oh my god, yeah, the tinnitus.
Answer your phone.
Oh, okay, hold on.
What? Tonight's what?
Hello?
Tonight is what?
What? I can't hear you. I just was next to an explosion.
Second
Hello?
base. How's it going, Ian?
Hey, it's another episode of DrawBomb. This is a new thing we're trying, where we do a bit in the beginning, and when I say we're trying, I mean we did not discuss this ahead of time. We just tried it.
We start with a very well-written, well-crafted, and well-rehearsed skit that we've been working on since last week. And I hope it paid off.
And scene, and that was the end of the skit. Was us telling you about the skit? Us telling you about the skit.
Yeah, we did that all off the cuff.
Yeah, that was the end of the skit. Was when we part of the skit was us telling you about the skit. It's like a new meta thing I'm trying.
Yeah, this show's very deep. It has a lot of layers, kind of like Shrek.
Yeah, like a Shrek. Well, Brandon, hello. How are you? How are you?
I'm great. I'm doing good. How are you, Ian? How you doing over there?
I can't complain.
In your neck of the woods.
Just keeping my head down, trying to figure out what the fuck I'm gonna do, with my life.
Damn.
But otherwise, you know, here I am. I'm alive.
You could do whatever you want with your life. You could become a carpenter. Shoot, there's gotta be something else. Did I say carpenter yet?
Yeah, I think you might have.
Oh shit. Okay.
It was amongst the list of things, you know. So
Sure.
I understand.
Well, that's one. You know, there's some things you could do.
You know, I'll give it a shot. I'll call some people. I'll call the carpenter's building. And I'll say, hey, get me a cubicle, cause I'm coming in there.
You have to build your cubicle, and if you do a good job, you're hired. You get to
give me the space to put my finished cubicle when I finish building it, cause I'm gonna carpent. Call me John, cause I'm gonna be a carpenter.
Although my name is John. Morgan and I have been carpentering cat shelves, like things put on the wall they can climb up on.
Now, Brandon, why would you
Yes.
make a word up? How dare you?
What, cat shelves? No, it's a real thing.
No, carpentering.
They're like shelves you put on the wall, and then your cat, you see,
That's
can climb
not the part
them,
that I
get
had
to
to
new
complain
heights,
about.
kind of exceed things from a different vantage point, have some verticality. Yeah, no, they're real.
I guess, you know, shame on me for not believing that. I totally believe you. Just give me 1 second.
Are they real, or is my friend lying to me and said?
Brandon, what have you been up to this week? What have you done? What have you got? What's the sit rep, as they say sometimes in things?
So I've kind of been snowed in, mostly.
The guy who leaked all those documents from the NSA?
Yeah, yeah, I'm snowed in. I got LASIK recently, but it's me.
Wow.
Don't tell America I'm here.
Okay.
They are not a big fan of me. Okay.
I'll keep my lips tightly shut.
Thank you. No, but it just stopped snowing like a couple hours ago for like the first time in like, I don't know, 4 days. So there's a lot. There's a lot of snow out there. So I've just kind of been hanging out inside. I don't really like driving in that shit.
I feel that.
I drove home from work on Friday and it was pretty gross. And I especially don't like other people out there.
Oh God, no! They're the worst. I don't trust anyone.
People do some crazy shit.
I'm a bad driver, but I don't trust nobody.
You're one of those other people.
No, I don't trust myself either. I just don't trust the whole situation. The whole situation.
Yeah,
I'm like, what the fuck are we doing here? Why are we doing this?
We shouldn't be here.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking the whole time. I'm like, we should not be doing this. Driving these big metal boxes.
The The only things I really go to are like, work forces me to go risk my life, so I'll do that. But other than that, I stay in. So we've been staying in. We've been working on some projects, getting some stuff done around here.
Nice.
Real quick. Lotus Clock says, if you can't handle a simple explosion noise, how can you handle a show called DrawBomb? I can't handle this. But
Too hot for me to handle.
Too hot. Belba Rocket also says, I think we're supposed to have snow again tonight. I just learned this 10 minutes ago. I mean, it's not always the case, but a lot of times I feel like the weather we get in Michigan here makes its way to you guys about 24
Yeah,
hours
but we had
later.
the weather you're having in Michigan before you, so technically we'd be getting the weather back. So it's like,
it's a
what
ripoff.
is this? Yeah.
Well, I don't know what I'm talking
with all this snow that we're passing back and forth, in some circles they call that snowballing.
Oh, that sounds fun. Do that more often.
Yeah, you should give it a shot sometime. Okay, well, let's move on. Anyway.
But it's been snowing a lot here, so me and Morgan have been. Fortunately, we both haven't had to work since Friday, so we've been staying in, doing some things, building stuff.
With all this inside
hanging out.
time and making these so-called cat shelves,
Yes.
which I don't know how you think anyone would believe
Made up
your
word.
ridiculous lie, but with all this time inside, have you watched anything? Have you played
Yes.
anything? Have you
Yes.
listened? Okay, go ahead.
Watched. Me and Morgan watched the first season of True Detective. She had never seen it before. I hadn't
Love
watched
that
it since
show.
the first time though. So we did that. I liked it a lot. There was some stuff, twists and turns I forgot about somewhat. So
Seen that
fun rewatching it.
First season a few times. I watched it with Ryan back when we were dating. The whole
Nice.
that was cool. How she got pretty into it. We didn't watch any of the other seasons though. I was like, that's what from what I
haven't
hear.
either.
That's all we have to watch.
Yeah, I don't know how the other seasons are. I know season 2 was pretty hated. I think 3 was like meh, and then there's another season coming out soon, I think.
Yeah, I just saw a trailer for it and I was like, oh.
So I don't know. I mean, I'm down for more good stuff. If he's had a little bit of time to work on this one, maybe this one will be better.
Hey, maybe that'd be nice.
I think
It's a shame that
first
the
season
show
was probably
started.
dope because. Sorry, go ahead.
Well, it's just a shame that the show started so strong, and then I guess they just couldn't. They couldn't keep up with a level of quality, and it's always like, man. But what if
I think
they
for a while-
had?
There's a reason I love miniseries. I feel like a lot of the stuff, unless you're like some creator that's already like established and networks will just, they're like, oh, we got this guy, yeah, give him a show. You probably had your idea like season 1 of True Detective, and the guy probably tinkered with it and cooked on it for like a decade,
A while,
and like
right?
she got it exactly how he wanted it, sold it, made a great season of television. They were like, hell yeah, another please, have it ready in 6 months. And he's like, oh no. And I imagine that's kind of what happened. I don't know, that's my guess.
I do picture that.
I mean, I'm projecting a little. That's how I feel like it would happen to me.
I do like sometimes that is like a fear that is in my, like, if I ever make something that like does well and it's like the thing that I spent time on, and then everyone's like, okay, what's the follow-up? And it's like, oh, I might have something in 8 years, and they'll be like, 8 years? What? No, like next year,
Yeah.
please. Oh shit.
That's a common thing for writers, to struggle with. And so I kind of that's my theory of what probably happened with that show, especially considering each season is its own new story. That's even more pressure. You're not
Yeah, you don't get
like
to
the continued
work off of-
adventures of these established characters is a lot easier to write
Yeah.
than starting fresh again.
It's tough. It's tough. Here's the thing. I like miniseries. I feel like if you're making a drama or a serious show, the moment that they're like, yeah, we just added like another season to it, I'm like, oh no. Now you gotta retrofit the story
Yeah.
for more space. Whereas it makes sense if they just like had a set end point, this is when the drama ends, and it's like, okay, you're good. You've got a plan. But like, a sitcom can go on for however long, and it might still like put good episodes out there. But yeah, drama's got to be a limited run. That's it.
I think so. Or somehow just have it all planned, like, have your arc designed before you make the multiple seasons, and split it off into multiple seasons if you want to do it that way. But
Yeah.
I don't know. Have it kind of like have the idea of the start, middle, and end you want for your show. Don't be like, oh, we got another season. Okay, cool. Let's figure out what happens to these guys.
Yeah.
I don't think that works well with drama and stuff. Like
Doesn't so much. Because after a while, it's just like, man, can these guys get a fucking break? Like, I feel like they've had to, like, be in these life-threatening situations every day of their lives now. It's crazy.
Oh, right. I thought you meant the people making the show.
Oh, no. It's just like, I imagine the character eventually being like, fucking Christ, what are the odds that I keep running into this shit?
I also, what was I gonna say? I also get that there's a lot of pressure and, like, there's so many people hired to work on this stuff that if you're offered more, you should.
Oh, for sure.
Like, gotta make it, because this is like hundreds of people's jobs.
This is putting food on a lot of tables right now.
Feels a little wrong to be like, well, my art.
Yeah.
My vision is this thing ends now. So sorry, everybody. Find a new job. Bye. Packing it up.
But, and allow me to give you a counter to that. If the show ends on a high note, everyone's got a higher likelihood of getting better jobs in the future.
True.
Instead of if,
it's definitely
the show
not
fizzled.
Black and white. Because from a consumer standpoint, I would prefer the like, oh yeah, end it when you want it, when you think it should end story wise. But then from like a people's employment position, I'm like, okay, I see both sides. It's complicated.
Yeah. It's all a gamble. What can you say? Making art is a gamble.
Anyways, we watched that. She liked it a lot. I liked watching it again. That was great. Additionally, we started The Curse, which is a show written by Nathan Fielder and one of the Safdie brothers, and they're both in it. And Emma Stone's in it. And it's good so far, but it's very uncomfortable. Every character is very unlikable by design.
From Nathan for you? No way.
Everybody's unlikable. Everything's uncomfortable. Everybody's making bad decisions, and you just feel like everything's gonna go wrong, and it does. But it's like dark comedy, so I love that. I feel like some of the best comedy comes from discomfort.
Yeah.
For me,
I agree.
that's not true for everybody, but I love like just that kind of vibe. And so that show has a lot of that, and I'm enjoying it so far. I have no idea where it's gonna go. It's pretty all over the place.
Yeah, I've been meaning to check it out. I mean, I was a big fan of Nathan For You. I was a big fan of The Rehearsal, and I'm glad that it's not The Rehearsal 2. Like that kind of.
Yeah, it's kind of cool to see Nathan Fielder doing a more like scripted comedy versus a more like reality show style, which I love too, but it's fun to see him in a different setting because he seems, I know the term genius is thrown around a lot, but he seems like to see further than a lot of
Yeah.
He seems like he's doing some calculations in ways that most people wouldn't.
Yeah, I mean,
that makes sense or sounds too up
I
my own,
love that moment in the first episode of The Rehearsal where he takes the guy skeet shooting to build like a rapport with him, but then he also loads both of the guns with blanks so that they both like keep missing, and he's like, this way we will get closer over a shared sense of failure. And it's like, I don't know if that's necessarily true, but like it is funny that he would like that's just a brilliant thing to write into the show, whether or not that's actually like a winning psychological technique or anything like that. That's just like a very funny, smart joke.
Yeah.
Of like a sequence.
He feels like a modern Andy Kaufman type thing. Like, I'm trying to think of other examples besides him, but like somebody who's like never lifts the mask.
Yeah.
You're watching his show that's framed as a reality show, and you really have no idea if any of it is real, or if none of it's real, or if the people are real and he's doing a character, but he plays himself, but he's like, it's a really kind of unique style. I really love it.
It's he's got kayfabe, you know. That's what makes it work is his kayfabe.
What does that mean?
So, in wrestling, it's a wrestling term, but wrestling
okay.
is the fact that like they like, especially in the WWE and things like that, when your character has a personality, like kayfabe is you never lifting the veil, and like you trying to make it not public at all that you're like playing a character. Like anytime someone sees you, you are Macho Man Randy Savage, and like commitment to the game is called kayfabe in wrestling.
Got it. I love that. Yeah, and he does. He does. It seems like even if he gets caught in public, like you said, he plays his character.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows?
So, yeah.
I can't imagine he's actually that way, because he clearly sees the comedy in how shitty he is on camera, and he also, people want to work with him, which is the big thing that would not happen if that's who he was.
Yeah. And it's like even when he's doing like acting roles, like he's not very different from him.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's like, I don't know, it's an interesting.
I've seen some fun older clips of him too. Like he used to like work on some like Canadian like network or like public access, not quite public access, but some like small network thing, and there's clips of him there doing some stuff, and it seems still the same idea. Like he's like fucking around a lot with people, and like, but in like a way where he looks like the idiot instead of them more so.
Interesting. But it is fun. Like that dude, like one day he woke up and he was like, "Oh, I found my niche," and man, he rode that shit to success.
I'm happy for it. I like all the stuff he makes so far.
Yeah, no, he's great. I'm excited to check out. And you said it's on Paramount, right?
I think it's okay. So I know it's funny if you saw the latest Donkey video about all the different.
Oh my god, I did. Yeah, it was great.
But it's kind of that way. But I think it's technically on Stars, but you can watch it on Paramount. I don't know. It sounds dumb that there's so many of them. It is dumb.
Yeah.
But it's on Paramount. Yes, that's where I've been watching it.
Okay. There's that moment where he's like talking about how you watch like Pokemon, and I can't tell
that
if
one's
it's
real.
like, is it real? Because the thing is, like, I haven't heard of some of those streaming services. I'm like, there's, like, when he said like one of the streaming services is called Hoopla, I was like, okay, you're fucking lying to me, okay?
Some of them are fake, but that one I think is real because he's on like the official Pokemon site that's telling you how to like.
I know, but
do it.
Stupid. Like, let's just pirate shit again.
Yeah, I mean that's how it goes. Like when things are convenient, and when companies are willing to sell me stuff in a reasonable, convenient way, I'm down. Have my money. Enjoy. But when they start getting like too confident and they start putting things out in a way that's like basically they're saying to your face like fuck you, you'll watch it, you'll pay to watch it. That's when I start to be like, okay, never mind. If you make it a viable option, I will pay you money. I will, But when you start to make it unreasonable, then sorry.
Yeah.
I actually did a report in high school, and most pirating is done. The majority of pirating is done in countries where people just can't
afford it,
purchase
right?
the thing. No, not even afford it. They can afford it. It's not available to them. It's not.
Oh, I see.
There's certain countries where it's like, oh, sorry, this isn't available in your region,
Yeah.
So pirating is done by the people who are just like, I want to buy this, but you literally won't let me. Like and that's the case for most things. Like most people are down to pay for a product if they see the value in it and don't feel like they're being ripped off. And it's like, if you're willing to sell this to me in a reasonable way, I'll buy it from you.
Yeah.
But a lot of times that's not the case.
It's actually interesting. Tim Kaine, I follow his YouTube channel. He's the guy who made Fallout and Outer Worlds, and he worked on Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines. And he's a big deal. He has a YouTube channel where he just talks about, he like answers one game dev question a day from people, where he just talks about like a random subject from his like knowledge of game development. And he talked about piracy today, and you know, one of the aspects he talked about it, and it was like the people who pirate your stuff, either they weren't gonna buy it anyways, and so you're not really losing that like market, or you know, they just want to like test it out. I don't know if he like at some point he was, or no, it might have been like actually one of the comments in the YouTube on the channel, where it was like Neil Gaiman found that like when he supposedly when like issues of like some of his comics or like books got leaked, he saw sales increase because people got a chance to kind of like see it, and then they're like, oh hey, I would like to own this, and you know, that's.
I've definitely done that in the past, where I pirated something like a game, and then hypothetically, this isn't a true story, but anyways, I pirated like a game, and then I was like, oh, this is actually really good, and then I bought it.
Yeah, and I mean, if like, yeah, if I've like pirated or downloaded anything for free, like I was not gonna get it anyways, because I could not afford it. That's usually the main reason I don't purchase something, is like, it's a money issue. But
Totally.
I try and support when I can.
Yeah. Totally.
Yeah. Anyways.
Yeah. So I don't know. So yeah, it's on Paramount.
Yeah. That's what we're talking about. Okay, cool. Did you watch anything else? Anything else to report on? Anything?
Real quick, I do want to say, Lotus Clock says, dude, learn to pronounce niche properly. I agree with it. I agree with you, Lotus Clock. I've been trying to get him to correct his ways for a while now. I was just a lost cause.
Dude, learn to pronounce niche
to say
properly.
It wrong.
Oh, okay. I see what he's saying. Yeah, Brandon, you gotta learn how to say it right. He's clearly talking to you.
I think he's talking to you.
Talking to you, because I'm saying it right.
I don't want to put you. I don't want to put you.
So yeah, did you you haven't played anything else? You don't watch anything else?
I've been playing some stuff. I've been playing God of War, Ragnarok.
That's the
good.
third Thor movie, right?
Yeah. Thor 3, God of War, Ragnarok.
Yeah. God of Thor, Ragnarok.
Thor turns to Kratos. I actually really like all the I really like the way they attack like the Norse mythology. It's pretty like clever and fun, and they like definitely like take a lot of like real stuff from it, and then they kind of like twist it their own way. Like
that's cool.
Like I just like small examples, like you know, like Odin is missing an eye, but like the reason he is something different that like has to do with the story, and there's stuff like that. Like just little like they like everything is like
reinterpretations
there, but it's kind
mythology.
of reinterpreted to help the story along.
I like that stuff. Like, that stuff's always fun.
Yeah, it's really great. Loving it. Yeah, I got that PlayStation for Christmas, and I've been playing stuff on it. But I'm like, there's a few things that are exclusive for it that I've been wanting to play but haven't been able to. And so now I'm like, even though I'm having a great time, I'm kind of like, boy, I can't wait till I beat this so that I can try some other stuff that I'm
I feel that.
Even though I don't really want it to be like, you know, it's kind of that like split, but I don't want to be playing 10 games at the same time like I usually do.
Yeah.
I don't
have the mind space for that.
So I've been playing some of that. That's great. I've been playing some Alan Wake 2 also.
Didn't they just release free DLC for God of War Ragnarok as well?
They did. Like I don't really know exactly. It's like Valhalla, I think it's called. I don't know exactly what it consists of. I don't know. I think it's some kind of like.
Here's a roguelite.
Roguelite or something. Yeah, that sounds awesome. I haven't tried it yet. I figure I'll finish the main game first. But
yeah, I think it's like it acts as a sequel or something like that, or some. So I
Super
think
cool.
Yeah, which is pretty cool of them to do that. I like that. I appreciate when companies do that.
curious to see where the story goes. It's pretty. Oh wait, am I on the wrong way?
BG2 right now.
I am.
Yes. Son of a bee sting. What were we saying? Sorry.
It's a good game. The story's good. I'm interested to see where it goes. I don't know what's gonna happen. It's like a movie, so great.
Yeah. A while back, I want to say like 2 Christmases ago, our good friend Jay gifted me God of War, the first one, the first new one.
First one's awesome.
And I've been meaning to play that, but man, I feel so selfish. People keep gifting me games, and I'm like, I'll get to it, I swear, but I still got.
No, it's not good. I mean,
get to those
it's not like
other games.
No one's gonna take it away from you. You can get to it when you get to it.
Yeah, I just feel bad because like there are there's a list of games that have been gifted to me out of the blue, and I'm like, well, I gotta. And they all look fun. Like they are all games that I do want to play, but it's just like.
I don't think you should feel obligated. I think everybody understands like that. It's like it's a leisure time activity, you know.
True.
No one's like, hurry up and do that fun.
Hurry
game
up
I
and
got,
play
or
my
that fun
game.
thing. Yeah, like I got you something to do for fun in your free time because you are a friend. And, you know, it's not like hurry up and beat that and get back to me with a book report. Stat.
Yeah. Gotta tell me from A to Z what you think. Then I will buy you another one. No.
But yeah, the first one was great. So me and my brother, we have our accounts linked on PlayStation, so anything he buys, I'm able to play it. Pretty cool.
That's awesome.
And he buys a lot of games. I don't, because I don't want to spend full price for games. But so by the time I finally got around to God of War 1 or whatever, the newest, the reboot or whatever. 2 was already out. So I went through the story of 1, and then I did not get completionist on it at all because I was like, all right, if I'm about to play another like 20 hours of God of War, I'm probably good on this one. So I bailed, even though that one supposedly has a lot of good like almost like Souls-like bosses at the end after you beat like end game stuff.
Cool.
That would be really cool, but I was just like, nah, I'm ready. I'll play the next one, whatever. So I kind of moved on quick on that one, but this one I'm planning on spending a little more time on.
Really gonna soak it in.
Yeah, fun, good, and it's pretty, very pretty.
They look like good games. I'm excited to see. It's. I also just like, I hear that they really expanded on Kratos as a character and kind of added a lot of depth to him. So it'll be interesting because I played all of the God of War games from the previous run, and so I'll be interested in seeing, how seeing his character evolution. It'll kind of be like watching, sort of like an evolution and maybe just gaming as a medium's like approach.
That's how it feels. It
will be interesting.
Definitely feels like gaming evolving, but it also feels like maybe like they're like maturing with their audience. But also it's funny because Kratos is such like the character he was in the other games. It's funny that they've like fleshed him out so much, and now you're like watching him be like conflicted about being a father and like having a hard time saying like I love you and shit like that. Would before he's just like rah! Like punching heads in and smashing stuff.
Yeah, his whole.
And it's funny. They make a lot of kind of gags about that too. It's pretty good. They're
aware. You used to have some fucking anger issues, dude. Like you used to just be like Hulk smash.
He still does, but he's a
so
more
you're
rich
saying that this
now.
is basically God of the War, King of the Hill, King of the War?
Yeah, it really is. That's like the plot. He's big tough guy, and but he's also like.
David. Wait, what's the name of his
son, but doesn't know how to say it.
What's the name of his son in God of War?
David Atreus.
Atreus? David Atreus.
Hey, Dad, I think I just killed a minotaur with my bow and arrow.
Oh, dang it, Atreus. You're not supposed to kill a minotaur. You're supposed to put him in a maze.
You're doing a joke, but that's basically the game.
There you go.
That's great.
Dang it, Atreus. Now I actually just want to draw a God of the King of the War when we're like
King of War.
Yeah.
That's great. That's a great idea. I'm sure.
God of the
I
Hill.
wonder if somebody's done it already. God of the Hill or King of War. I'm not sure which is better.
Yeah.
Real quick. Leviathan Den says, "I love Ragnarok. Yeah. You got to be in his top 10. Asked if you've played Katamari Reroll
I have not. No.
and get him a book report. And Lowe's Clock says, oh wait, that's right. I can spam screaming Brandon's now. Yes, you can.
You can.
You have the power.
No, I haven't played Katamari Reroll yet. It's definitely one of those things I wanna.
I played your copy of it, so thanks, thanks, Den.
So you
I played it because of it.
So you played the We Love Katamari Reroll?
I played Reroll off of your account because we have family share on.
Yeah, but it's specifically the We Love Katamari one, the sequel. Because I have 2 of the Katamari
I think so.
Rerolls.
Oh, I think I played them both, to be honest.
Okay. Did you collect like fireflies in an outdoor area
Yes.
before it became that? Okay, so yeah, you played We Love Katamari. That's my
I played
favorite
them both, yeah.
game. That's my favorite.
Good
I used to
stuff,
play that
but,
game all the time. I used to veg out before I even smoked weed, and I would just veg out and play that game and feel good.
And then
That's my feel good game.
you played it after you smoked weed too.
Actually, unfortunately, no, because our PS2 is broken.
But yeah, thanks, Den, for getting it for Ian so that I can
Yeah,
play
thank
it.
you. I appreciate that, Dan.
Appreciate it.
'Cause, that is my favorite game. That is a game I have almost 100%ed, but it's a very hard game to 100% because once you collect all of the cousins in all of the levels, you unlock a special mission where a dog asks if you can roll up 1,000,000 roses, and let me tell you, it takes a lot. Like they let you save your progress in between. You can like duck out and come back anytime, but it takes forever to get 1,000,000 roses, man. I tried.
Oh,
I
you don't have
played
to do it all at once.
No, you don't. They let you save your progress, but it takes, like, I used to, like, spend about 2 hours a night every night for a month rolling up roses, and nope, still didn't have enough roses.
You never got 1,000,000.
Never got 1,000,000. That's my last thing I have to do before I've, like, officially
It's a lot of
100%ed
roses.
that game. It's a lot of roses, but I might do it sometime on stream.
Roll up 1,000,000 on stream.
Yeah. Over time, it would be a multi-stream affair, but, you know.
Sure.
Dang it, Bobby. Or dang it, Atreus.
Hey, Dad. This here succubus says she wants me to go to the other room with me.
Hey, dang it, Atreus. That's not what you do with succubuses.
Someone had to have done this, right? That's a good idea. I really enjoy it.
You see, son? These are the blades of agony. Agony. I don't know. Someone has to have done it, I'm sure.
It's just too like similar. Like it's a good comparison.
Hey, Dad.
Dang it, Bobby.
Yeah, so I've been playing that.
Nice.
I've got a ways to go, I think. Well, I don't know. I'm like maybe a little over halfway, but I'm also trying to
Very cool.
complete it a little bit more this time, so it might take me a while. Oh, look at that snowflake that's really close to the lens.
Yeah, that was
That was so close, dude. I can almost touch it though.
it's in my eye. Ow. Oh, ow. It's in my eye. Oh, hey, can you
I can.
layers properties?
Say what?
Can you change top one's layer properties? Can you change the blending? Oh, it doesn't even let me see what the blending modes are. Can you change the blending mode to add? And can you change the opacity to like 50% or something? Maybe 75. Fine. Thank you, I appreciate that.
Trying to
That
back.
And I think add is the layer property.
Yeah, no, I know. I was trying other layer properties, see what they look like.
Oh, gotcha.
All right, you're back at add.
Yay.
Dang it, Bobby.
What happened to my flame? Did I draw over my flame?
What did happen here? I don't think I messed with it. Would have been BG1. Where'd your flame go, bro?
Bro, where'd my flame go, bro?
Oh, there's a Pickle Ricky here. What is happening?
Hey.
Not too much. How you doing? How you doing?
Much, just coping with the loss of my line art. I don't know where it went.
It was a really nice little fire pit too. I liked it.
I spent like a couple of minutes on it.
What happened to it?
I have no idea.
I didn't even see where it when it left.
Yeah. The fuck? The fuck?
A couple questions. Lotus Clock says, "How many roses were you at last time you played?"
Oh fuck. I want to. If I had to guess, and I don't remember off the top of my head, I want to say it was probably in like the 300,000 range.
It's a lot.
A lot of roses.
A lot of roses. Lazai's here says, "Hello, I'm a little late, but still loving it. Thanks for being here. We appreciate you. You're not late. You're early.
Out.
The trick is to show up at 10:15
Is that what time it is right now?
and miss the. No, that's when the show ends.
Oh right, my bad. I lost all sense of time and scale.
When my fireplace went away, I was lost, confused,
I was like, I was
discombobulated.
a little distraught.
Pickle Ricky says, "Are you guys working on a short or a long?" Neither. Mondays we do just a shared canvas show where we just hang out and draw and talk about whatever, shoot shit, invite some artists on sometimes.
After this, I'll be working on a short. Speaking of which, okay, when we come back from break, I can show off the newest short that went up today.
Oh yeah, you should. I like that one.
Progress.
I like. I
So-
think I'll wait till you show it, but I feel like you often like. I do too. I think it's funny, but I think as like a joke, you like to like describe things in just really like simple, dumb ways of speaking. And I'll explain what I mean when we play it, but I just
Okay.
if you don't know what I'm talking about. But
I'm not sure I follow, but I'm excited
Okay.
to see what you're saying.
similar to like when we did the massage one, and you were like, "There's a lot of things at my work that's bad." Like, that
Oh.
kind of-
Yeah, I do sometimes like to lean into like the fakeness just to like sell a scenario. I won't even try to make people act realistically because it's like not about that sometimes.
Yeah. But I appreciate that. I like that, and I feel like there was some of that in the video he watches. The way the guy on the video describes what's happening.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of that way to me. I thought that.
I appreciate that. I'm glad. Thank you for describing that.
Yeah. So we'll show that when we come back.
No, yeah, that's another one of those hourly comics day comics that a lot of the recent ones have been me just like repurposing those old comics into animated short format, and it kind of works. It makes not having to write the shit easier. At least right then and there. The work's already done.
I love it. I've been writing down ideas for some that I want to make because I don't do them as often as you, but I like doing them. Or I like that we do them, and
Yeah.
I had fun making the one that I did. So I want to do more.
Yeah, and I enjoy them as a creative process and as like a sort of exercise. So it's been cool
fun
to
kind
do
of
that.
working in a medium and like forcing yourself to do it over and over and just like watching yourself get much quicker at it. I enjoy that, and I feel like I can see that with you, where you're just like, all right, I'm gonna try to make this short, and then like 3 hours later you're like, boom, done, and that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Feels good.
It does feel good. It feels good to have, like, to just put another notch under your belt, you know?
I like when if I have an idea, I make it, finish it, proud of what I've made, and then I look at the clock and I'm like, oh, only did a couple hours. Like, that's pretty. I'm happy that I've gotten quick at some of that stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
The animation is the particularly hard one to do that with.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, animation is, you know, notorious for, oh, it took us forever to do this thing. And it's cool for us to kind of like just, especially like because I find myself being a perfectionist a lot of the time and sort of over hyperfixating on certain aspects of it, like trying to make something look just right. So when I managed to get an animation done in, like, for me, record time, I'm like, yay! I managed to turn my brain off for that. I made my brain do good.
You snap back into reality, and there's a.
Oop, there goes gravity.
And there's an animation there waiting for you.
Yeah.
That you made in your fugue state.
Good feeling. There goes gravity, indeed.
Yeah, so I think that's everything I've been up to. Oh yeah, I mentioned I've been playing Alan Wake 2 a little bit.
Yes. Do feel free to discuss that as you please.
Now that you're... Hold on. Let me try something. Oh wait. Now that I drew that grass, I see your old fireplace. There's like remnants of it.
What? Where? Huh? Oh, no, I drew a new fireplace. That's a new... if you're talking about the one that's there.
No, there's... No. Okay, so let's see. What layer is your...
BG1.
There's... I see like a ghost of your old one. Like, maybe it was the same layer as the... Do you see the little like outline of it next to your other one? There.
Where?
Right here. It's like, you not see what I'm saying here?
I don't see it. I'm sorry.
It's right here. There's like a stick here, like something there, and a little flame here.
Oh yeah, I don't see that.
It's like glowing.
I do not. That's so weird. I don't see that at all.
Okay. Well, fine. Way to gaslight me.
I'm actually curious, like, how that's gonna affect the export, because what I'm seeing is different than what you'll be exporting. So that makes me curious.
I'm trying to figure out what's going on here. Okay, so it's on top one. Top one is add. So we put it on normal. Your fireplace.
Fireplace is back now, you say?
Let's see. Sorry, we're doing investigations now on the show. See it? You see that?
No, I truly don't see anything.
Over here, you see it over on the hill? Still don't?
No.
Do you have top one hidden on yours?
No.
I see it on the screen that you're streaming.
What do you see? What?
Top right. See it on the hill? There's a little fire.
Here? This is a hill. I don't know.
Right there.
What the fuck? Okay, here's the weird thing: is from where I'm looking at it, like on the screen I'm drawing on, I don't see that. When I'm looking at the stream,
You see it on the stream?
I do see it on the stream though.
Yeah.
That's very goofy, wacky.
So, up opacity. Oop, there goes gravity. It's right here. Boom. Old fire pit. We found it.
Very strange.
I don't know why it's not on yours. Do you have something, a layer hidden?
No.
Alright. Well, I'll just let it go then. Put that back.
I mean,
to add.
yeah, like if anything, erase. If you see the fireplace, I'd say erase it, I guess.
Okay. Will do.
Um,
Except it's part of the layer that you made your glow on. So
God. That's such a confusing.
what if I just get rid of layer top 1?
Yeah, just get rid of it and I'll just redraw the glow.
And that will solve this problem. Okay. Gone.
Okay.
It's gone for me as it is for you.
Can you turn layer top 1.2 into an add layer?
Yes.
65% opacity again. That's so
You got
confusing.
it.
I do not understand what just happened. Like I can't.
Yeah, that's a new one.
The very
Maybe
strange
draw
glitch.
pile's haunted.
Oh no! Yeah, it's haunted with the ghost of my fireplace that I drew.
The viewers love the mystery, though. You know, I think they're eating it up.
Yeah, this is like that show Only Murders in the Building, except it's where the hell did my fireplace go?
Right.
I assume. I haven't seen that show. I'm going to blur. Make like Damon Albarn. Blur. I'm gonna make like okay, I think this is good. This is pretty much good. I don't know.
Okay.
How you feeling about this drawing right here?
Pretty good. I'm almost done. I'm just adding a little effect. My guy.
Oh yeah, you're drawing the P on him. Okay, that looks good.
Yeah, no drawing's complete until the character is covered in urine. That's consistent in everything we draw on this screen.
Yeah, that's the new meta on Instagram.
I got the pee on me.
I got the P on me.
Let's see. Lotus Clock says the ghost of Tough Cat present. And Leviathan Dead says this looks cozy.
It is cozy, except for the fact that it's not. This guy is fighting a tough battle right now.
Seems like he's enjoying himself.
We made him happy. He's happy in his suffering.
Like, yay.
Yay. Up.
I'm just thinking out loud.
Already gotta have a reason for what I'm doing.
How are you doing?
I did it on. I did a thing on a layer, and it's not doing anything on that layer now, so I'm curious what the hell is. Okay, there we go.
Oh.
This is what I was doing to a different layer, but it wasn't showing up. It was another strange draw pile mystery.
Wow. A lot of those lately. I really hope we get to the bottom of this one day. He's in a little snow globe.
That's right. We talked about that character, the Johnny Westfall. He's Johnny Westfall.
Huh?
I think that's the name of the kid who they ended the show saying elsewhere by revealing that the whole snow globe, the whole hospital
Oh,
was
that was his
inside
name?
of. Yeah, I think that was the kid's name. Tommy Westfall.
I think there was a kid in my high school with that name.
I
don't know if he
want
dreamed
to
of
say
saying
like
elsewhere, but
I want to say
that
like
was,
did
straight
people
up his name.
did people used to make fun of him, but it's like who watched? I don't think that many people watched Saying Elsewhere.
I don't think anybody my age did.
Just like a bunch of like 12-year-olds like today going like, hey, on TikTok, like, hey, what? And just dropping some disses related to Saint Elsewhere, a TV show from like the 80s. I wanted to make a reference, but I haven't seen any of the show, so I couldn't even like play into my own scenario.
Gen Z's references are sick, bro. No one's safe.
That's right.
They'll
Rizzler.
reference things you don't even know existed.
I'm the Rizzler, you're the Skibbity. I don't know. I don't know anymore, man.
I don't even know. I've heard some of it, but I don't understand any of it. Just embracing my manness. There's some comfort there, you know?
That's a little bit of what my short is about, is a little bit about growing old and falling behind the times, you know? Not being as hip.
Well, yes. That is what it's about. You have much left you want to do. I like that effect you added.
Yeah, I try
This
and...
will be like the January or February page of the DrawBomb calendar that will be in stores everywhere real soon.
That's right. Get your copy today. Fund the show. And this amazing content.
We gotta color the DrawBomb word.
Oh shit.
Are those missing for you?
No, I just forgot. Got this. Are you tinkering with the layers a little bit?
I wasn't trying to. I don't know what was happening there. DrawBomb's doing some weird stuff.
Yeah, this particular draw pile document is.
I've been going
struggling.
to add layers, and when I do it, it like creates like a layer that's not present in my version of it, but seems to exist somewhere. Like you made something up. Like the layer 3 of all the different stuff is missing on some of them, and I tried to spawn in a new layer, and it brought that layer in, and then there was like, I don't know how to describe it. It's just weird shit happening.
Yeah, we're having
Strange things
happening every day.
Maybe during the break, I'll start up a new one. If you're cool with that.
That might be a good idea.
Throw this in the trash. Oh, Lotus Clock says, I'm done with GIMP. I can show you my character if you want. I'd love to see. We love show and tell.
Yeah.
Sorry, sometimes I get lost in the sauce trying to read the chat. There's just
fine.
too many fans. There's so many
It's
of you
so
guys.
hard to
I
keep
can't
up with all of these fans.
all 4 or 5 of you talking. No,
When
we
we-
appreciate you guys. I try to
just-
interact with everything just because I appreciate you guys being here, but I know I miss stuff sometimes.
Yeah, we get lost in the amazing conversation that brings
Right.
all the DrawBois to the yard. They're like
Hey, nice yard.
thank you. I work really hard on it.
Did you mow this? These lines are pretty straight. This looks good. Looks real nice.
I tell you what.
Landscaping?
But I tell you what. I lost my Hank Hill. Now I'm doing like
I was
a
gonna
weird
say, what
crime.
Hank Hill is that? That was like a Bill Hank Hill merger.
Dang it, Bobby. Okay, now I'm back. Oh, but I tell you what, that yard you got there, you're doing a good yard.
I have to. Yeah, I needed to do my activation word.
What is it? What's your...
Well, I
is that
tell you what.
acclimates you?
Yeah.
Tell you what, yeah.
I'll tell you
Usually
what.
it's like, I think,
Dang it, Bobby.
or Ladybird.
Ladybird. America.
Bellrock says, "Why is the fire glow green?" I think it's because there's blue behind it, and so the yellow mixed with the blue creates grun.
Glen. It didn't
my
look fully green before, I feel like, but maybe it did. I don't know, man. This whole picture is haunted.
Oh, there's a ghost in this picture. Don't look too close. There's a ghost in this.
Anyways, while I finish up these letters, I guess I have some things I watched too, but I can't really talk about them because you know how I like to yak, and we're almost done with this here section. So let me just finish these letters
We'll
up.
talk about it when we come back from break.
I think that's what we'll do.
Lotus clockwork down here. Ooh. Good character design over here. I like it.
Oh, we got someone
Show it
designing
on stream. I mean,
characters.
You comfortable with us showing your work on stream? It's fun seeing your work these days because you and I used to draw a lot in the old iScribble days, and it's fun seeing kind of what your stuff looks like now. Cool. Consents. Red.
All right.
I'm just gonna leave him in the shot. He's part of this drawing now. He's not dressed properly for this. You see him?
Oh, there he is. Okay, I didn't. My eyes
This is
weren't
Rod.
there.
He's a support character in a story I'm writing that I might make a webcomic series from. I like him.
Cool. Got some
I like the
fashion
shirt.
sense right there with with that shirt right there.
He looks like he's about to touch the wick, but he's like, I don't know if this is allowed.
Yeah. He's kind of going like, "Gosh, it sure was cold out there outside the flame."
Got to get within the flame.
That's right. It's like a Dark Soul situation.
Yeah, this is the Dark Souls drawing.
Yeah, that's actually people
No
didn't
enemies
know.
nearby.
We were yeah, they've reset. Yeah, we were actually tricky fooled. We did a Dark Soul.
Bubble Rocket says left snow mound has a nipple. Yeah, there's something under there. What got buried in the snow?
The
We'll
old
never know.
fireplace.
Yeah. Ian showed us a movie that I hated, but I don't blame him for it. What'd you guys watch?
Oh, that we'll talk about when we get out, because I did want to talk about it
Okay.
a little bit, but talk about it when we come back.
Lotus Clock says, I remember the old iScribble days. You were Gnarf back then. Yes, that was my handle back then.
Narf, narf, narf.
Character I used to draw a lot when I was a kid.
Narf.
So that's my username there. And we got Z-Notes in the chat. Oh,
Hey.
welcome.
All right, so just in time for us to say, I think this drawing's good. I feel emotionally done.
This drawing's not good. It's great.
Wow. Yeah, let's save this. Let's take a quick 5-minute break. Let's
I have to see
reset
if I
this
can get rid of
canvas.
Rod.
Oh, what did you do?
I pasted him on title 2, but now
Oh, yeah.
Undo's not working.
I think maybe because I did too many things.
But I didn't think Undo's applied to your stuff.
I don't think it does, but sometimes it gets confused.
Confused, all right. Cut him out. Patrick Snow. You're the one who's always pasting stuff in, not me. I didn't know the rules.
It's okay. I usually try and put it on a separate layer. Because, see what you did, Lotus Clock?
This is what happens when you create art. You hurt people. It's gonna be a hard one to patch, I think.
Got my blur tool.
Oh no. Look at your blur tool. Oh yeah. Alright. We just AI'd him out.
That's right. There. It's like he never disappeared.
Well,
Or he...
I miss him already. He's like he's with the fireplace now, wherever that went, the fire pit. Lotus Clock. I pasted him on just to show him off, but then this program is pretty janky, as you've seen. So it wouldn't let me delete him again. So yeah, it's all good.
There was a
All right, let's save
technical
this
issue.
one.
It was part technical, part human error, but we got it all solved. It all got solved.
Human hair.
Human hair, yeah. We burn human hair, and those are the sacrifices we make to get DrawPile to work properly.
We need to burn some more. It hasn't been working that good.
Yeah, that's true. So we'll save this. We'll take a quick 5-minute break. We'll come back. We'll probably draw Hank Hill as God of War.
Oh my god, I love that idea. Definitely doing that.
Let
You
me know
can
when you
either
got
have
it.
you can do Kratos Hank, or you can do Bobby Atreus.
I mean, I don't know what Bobby looks or what Atreus looks like, so I'm just gonna vibe. I'm just gonna figure it out.
Okay. All right. Let's take a little break.
Right, Burb.
Just draw the same drawing again and talk about.
Yeah. Just pretend like we just started the episode again. Hey, we're back. We're back.
How was your milk?
Oh man, I drank it up like a kitten.
You like lapped it up like out of a saucer. Kittens should not be fed milk, by the way.
Oh yeah, I've actually never fed a cat any sort of variation of milk or milk product. I don't think you're.
They love it, but it's bad for them. But yeah, what do we do during the breaks? I usually use the bathroom, and I usually refill my water, and I say hello to my wife. I go, "Hi, wife," and then
Hi, wife.
yeah, that's pretty much it. Hi, wife.
Hi, wife. I go to the bathroom sometimes. Sometimes I just sit and I stare off into the middle distance without blinking or breathing.
Listen to the voices.
Yeah, just sort of succumb to the void for a little bit.
Sure. Do from time to time.
Sometimes you just gotta answer the call of the void.
You answer. You answer that,
Doubts. Self a proper king of the hill.
What are you doing? Are you still doing a Kratos King of the Hill?
Yeah.
I'm Bobby.
So yeah, I've watched some things recently. Some things I've watched previous to our last episode, but I forgot to tell you about them. But I have some thoughts on things.
All right, tell me about these thoughts on these assorted things.
So I'll get to the most recent one. So you've seen the trailers for that Jake Johnson movie, Self-Reliance?
Oh yeah.
We talked about that. So the family was hanging out and we were like, we should watch a movie. And I was like, okay, I saw a trailer for this. I don't know what it's gonna be like. But here we go. And so we
this was the
it.
one that she hated.
Izzy didn't like it. I thought it was fine. It didn't blow me away or anything, but you know, I didn't like hate the time I spent watching it, but it was weird So,
Okay.
for the people in the audience who don't know the movie I'm talking about, basically Jake Johnson, he enters into a limousine that Andy Samberg is in and agrees to go on a dark web show where people are going to try to hunt to kill him. And if he wins, if he survives, he wins $1 million. He's got 30 days. And he finds out that if he's near somebody, then they are not allowed to try and kill him. So he basically uses it as an excuse to try and like find people who will be near him like 24/7 for the entire 30 days. And that's
Near
the
him,
movie.
Like if he's next to somebody that he can't be murdered.
Yeah, it has to be like arm's reach essentially.
Can he tell anybody?
Yeah, he tells everybody, and like a large part of the plot is like just people not believing him, because it is kind of like a wild story to be like, yeah, Andy Samberg pulled up to me in his car and I'm doing this dark web show.
What
where
does Andy Samberg play? Andy Samberg?
Yeah, he's playing himself.
That's funny. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems like the concept sounds way more fun than the execution.
Yeah, so the trailers made it look like it was going to turn into a big rom-com. And like it was going to be like, oh, they used this weird scenario that was interesting as an excuse to, make a rom-com essentially. But they didn't, because like that's kind of what Palm Springs did, and like it kind of just becomes about relationships and stuff at the end of it, where it's like it starts out like, oh, he's in a Groundhog Day, and now this, it kind of like they do continue with the concept, like it does sort of like have that rom-com aspect to it for a little bit, but then it ends up not being the focus of it, which I was surprised by. But I don't know, it was fine, and it wasn't like mad. There were some scenes in like execution of some scenes that I thought was funny or like unique, but then like it just kind of it ends this one specific way, and it's just kind of like, oh, okay. Okay, I guess turn off the lights. I don't know. It doesn't end.
Not satisfying.
Not necessarily. I don't know. It doesn't end in a satisfying way, and it's not in any way I can put like a finger on. I guess just because like it kind of. I don't know. I can't really. I don't know. I don't want to spoil it in case you decide to check it out. It's not like, again, the best movie ever, but I don't know. It's fine.
I want to read. Just as the Xenoots and Bubba Rocket are discussing it real quick.
Okay.
I'm curious what they thought here. It says Bubba Rocket says Izzy was mad. Mid movie, the Hunter review. Oh, okay. Sorry, I'm doing a bad job of reading the chat. I'm just trying to like be concise here. Lethal Truman Show is what Xenoots says. That's fun. All the characters suck. Bubba Rocket said. I don't know. I didn't see it.
It's hard to explain. It's the main character. Okay, so I will say this. It is another one of those movies where I feel like there's nothing under the surface, and that's fine. You can make the movie like that, but then there's not a whole lot going on top of the surface too. So it kind of feels, but like the movie thinks maybe it's kind of going a layer deeper. So it's like one of those movies that feels like it's saying something, but it's actually just kind of like, nah, not really. I don't know. There is like one scene, like the main character's like quote unquote arc / personality is set up, I think, pretty early into the movie, and then he has a scene where he goes to like an ex, and they have the scene where like the ex says, why things fell apart, and she says a bunch of stuff which is like whatever, but then she says like the sort of movie thing where they like nail your personality down to a single sentence, and she says it in like it just feels tacked on almost. It was like, hey, she's gonna say his character personality synopsis in this one line, in case you couldn't catch up, in case you didn't figure it out from like this last scene and from the story she just told. We're just gonna tell you what his personality is, and what his like issue is, and it felt like inconsistent with like the scene earlier. I don't know. It's not the biggest gripe.
Seems like a fair complaint. Like, inconsistency is weird. I like when shows trying to do some weird stuff or try to be unique, but also just the concept of that guy being like a comedy version of like The Running Man sounds fun. And
Yeah.
Like, oh, that's what kind of I was just hoping for that.
Yeah, like a funny version of The Most Dangerous Game. The Running Man's probably a more recent,
either or. Same idea. Yeah, more recent, but not by that much. Honestly, it's probably
fair.
Most Dangerous Game to Running Man is probably a shorter gap than Running Man is to now.
Oh God, fair. Anyways, it's a hard movie to explain because it's just like not a lot happened is the thing. It's one of those movies where like they take a very ridiculous scenario and then nothing happens. That's really the best way I think I can explain it is nothing happens. That's about it. I don't know.
When you told me like that it's more about him just trying to surround himself with people, that made it instantly go from sounding like a really interesting concept to a pretty boring one.
Yeah. It's definitely it's okay, so it's doing the story that it's doing where a guy is being hunted for his life, but it's also kind of doing the indie comedy version of that, if that makes sense, where it's like it's more about the people's feelings, and it's more about this is an opportunity to get your life on track, instead of like being more about like, oh my God, I'm gonna fucking get hunted to death and die. Like it's almost like that threat isn't nearly as like terrifying as it should be.
Sure.
It feels almost like you're like by like halfway through the movie, you're not even sure if like that's actually a threat. I don't know. And like that can work. That's like not necessarily like a bad thing, but it's as like an execution. I don't know. It felt like, I don't know. I felt like I watched that movie and nothing happened in the long run.
Bummer. You're not making a good argument for it. I don't really want to see it now. Which maybe you saved me from something. But if you think I should watch it, I'm not really interested anymore.
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay, good.
I don't know. It's like I didn't hate the movie. I just I guess I would. There's a couple of scenes that I thought were funny, but overall, I don't know. I nothing the movie. we have our first I nothing this movie of the year.
And as we often say, I mean, you were the first one to kind of put this into words, I think, for me, but I feel it so much that I kind of parrot it. But man, feeling nothing is the worst. I'd rather hate a movie than feel nothing. Yeah. Feeling nothing is just like such a like feels like I wasted my time almost. Like I don't even have anything to talk about now.
Yeah.
Like, I have nothing to think about after the fact. Like it's like, okay, I just did a thing. Might as well have been like raking the yard or something. Like I didn't get anything from that one way or the other.
Yeah. It's not like an offensive movie in any way. It's just it was. I don't know.
Real quick, I want to throw something in. When you get to Kratos or Hank Tos's body, are you gonna draw his body?
As much of it as would fit on this.
Can you draw one of his hands holding something? Not to spoil the game for you, but they have a severed head they travel with, and I want to draw it as like Bill or something.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, so he's gonna be holding the severed head in his hand.
Yeah. If you have his left hand, like the one between him and Bobby, up, I'll draw like one of the other characters' heads there.
Okay. So yeah, I watched that movie, Self-Reliance. I wasn't mad about it, but I also, when I think about like talking about it without like being able to give you spoilers, I don't know. There's not a lot to
That's
say
fine.
about it.
I honestly appreciate that because I don't know. There's better stuff to watch. So if you think it's not worth time, then I trust your opinion enough that I'll probably just skip it.
Yeah. Maybe somebody likes it more than me. I don't know.
I'm sure, but I think you and I align a lot of times. So
yeah.
So once you find those people that you're like, okay, we often feel the same way about stuff, movies and stuff, then it's a good like cheat code to get out of watching bad stuff.
This is true. Yeah. Yeah, I give it like a 5.5. That's my rating. I'll tell you like a scene that I thought was kind of funny and interesting is there's a scene where Jake Johnson's like going to a club or something with the person who he's got like on duty to stick with him 24/7 like by his side that night or whatever. So they're gonna go to a club to hang out. And then they're trying to get in the club, and then the dude that he's with kind of like disappears for like a few seconds. He's like, where'd they go? And then they go looking for them, and then he gets approached by like another guy who's like one of the hunters, and like the guy like kind of threatens him, and then the main character gets away, and then he gets back to the line where the bouncer is. And he's like, oh my god, I just got attacked by a guy wearing the Michael Jackson Thriller jacket. And he's like, what? He's like, yeah, I had like zippers. He's like, explaining the jacket from Beat It. And then one of the people in the line says like, hey, that jacket's actually from Beat It. It's not from Thriller. And Jake Johnson's like, I don't fucking care, man. Like, I got attacked is the point. And then like, as you know, the rest of the scene plays out. But then as Jake Johnson's leaving, he's like saying goodbye to like the people who he just like yelled at in line. He's like, okay, bye. And then he like stops by the guy who corrected him in line. He's like, it's really fucking annoying and also really cool that you know so much about Michael Jackson, okay? I like his music. All right, bye. And then he just walks away. And then the guy's like, oh, wow, thank you. But I was like, I don't know, it's funny that he addressed the guy, like, leaving. Yeah. That's an interesting thing to do. That was, I don't know. That was the highlight of the movie for me, so I don't know, tell that.
That's unfortunate. I have
make
one
of that
more question
what you
about
will.
the rules. Not that it matters. But you say, so he can only be killed when he's alone. But he's at a club. Who cares if his friend leaves or not? Like, there's people everywhere.
Because they have to be in, like, arm's reach.
Oh. You have to be able to touch them to not get killed?
Yeah. The guy on the phone
Weird.
in the movie describes it as
rule.
striking distance. He describes it as.
And that's like just as a way to like protect yourself, or why is that rule exist?
I mean, I assume because they don't want to. If they don't say why specifically, so I think the implication is that because it's for a dark web TV show, if somebody else dies who has not signed their like waiver, signing his like life away, that'll cause issues. That's my assumption. I don't know. They don't worry about that too much. They're kind of like, yeah, you could figure out a fucking reason why you know what a fucking. Okay, all right. Yeah. So yeah, that was some movie.
I'm glad you watched it because I was probably going to, so I'm glad you watched it so that I don't have to.
Yeah. That was.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks, bro.
I wish I had more to say about it, but I think that says a lot. That speaks volumes, maybe.
Sounds like there's not that much more to say about it.
Anyways.
I'm looking at an image of Atreus, so I know how his clothes look.
Look at a picture of new Kratos.
Let's see. Double Rocket says, I could make a better movie. Hell yeah, do it. I want to see your movie. Not that I don't think you can do that. I just want to see a movie. Close Clock says, I call this drawing God of the Hill Bob Narok. The movie never really takes off.
Yeah, that is a fair point. The movie never really. It feels like it's not even it's in park the whole time. I don't know.
Because you don't actually get a good scope of who this fucker actually is, except for the shit he does and says during the movie, which is unsufferable, or isn't being an unsufferable prick.
He is being very Jake Johnson. Like, if you know what Jake Johnson's like vibe is in his other projects, it is very much like his character has that vibe. So it's also your mileage may vary if you can stand Jake Johnson.
Also, Bubble Rocket says you're the guy in line.
Yeah, I read that.
I don't disagree.
I didn't address it, but I also don't disagree either. Okay. Look, man, people just be saying shit that is incorrect, okay? I'm sorry.
And you're the superhero whose duty it is.
It's yeah, I'm the dorky redhead guy who in line.
On the night of my uncle's death, we were at trivia, and I knew the answer, but I didn't interrupt, and he was killed for not knowing. And now it is my duty, my responsibility.
What would be that
villain's random trivia?
What would be that villain's name? Like the Quizzler, or?
That's a villain.
I mean, it sounds
I
like
was trying to do like a Spider-Man bit, but you're like, that guy's annoying. He's got to be a villain.
Yeah, it just strikes. I don't know. It just in my head.
Yeah,
it enters.
he is a villain. I agree. No one likes that guy. I think that makes you a villain.
Hey,
I think,
what's a thing that people? Help! I just got stung by a jellyfish. Hey, I'll pee on it.
Ah! But actually, did you know if you pee on a jellyfish sting, it'll hurt even more?
Oh well,
in that
thanks.
case, you're not a villain.
That's very helpful. No, but it's very annoying.
People are happy when you give them a reason not to piss on each other. Usually, I won't speak for everybody, but
I wanted to be peed on.
So thanks a lot for nothing.
Thanks, the Quizzler. Jeez.
I came out here and purposely kicked a jellyfish just so I could get peed on.
I'm always out here at the beach hoping a jellyfish is gonna sting me, just so that I can have an opportunity for somebody to pee on me. And now, finally, my day comes, and you, sir,
ruined it.
soiled it.
Anyway.
Ah! But did you know?
That's the most villainous part of this guy is his shit that the fact that he starts that way every time.
Ah!
Like fuck, it's that guy again.
Oh my god. That's the thing, is like, you think he's a hero right away, but because people are just so frequently wrong, he like appears so frequently. Like, you'd just be like trying to have a conversation with somebody and they'll be like, yeah, I heard that it's supposed to be rainy on Thursday.
Ah!
It was a guy who was...
know it's actually going to be rainy on Wednesday? Ah!
Okay, Quizzler. Jesus
I have his origin.
Fucking Christ. Yeah.
Figured out his origin. So he was surfing Reddit and he got struck by lightning.
Gosh.
And he absorbed all the Reddit users into his consciousness.
But see, that gives me a different... Now I'm thinking of a different... Like, the origin story makes the villain / hero in my mind. So now I'm imagining a whole different character.
He's very much a but actually type guy.
When we finish drawing this Hank and this Atreyu, we gotta draw these characters now. Twizzler and the I don't know, I gotta think of so he's the Redditor who has also absorbed the minds and souls of a bunch of people on Reddit.
I don't know. He does it for the karma. He's probably just called the Redditor, right?
Yeah, the Redditor, but also like Karma Walker would be a cool name or something.
That's much better.
Oh yeah, well, we gotta draw these characters.
Yeah.
Ah! Did you know?
Can you make your...
third time he shows up, people are just so sick of his shit.
I was annoyed the first time.
You said he's not a villain, but now you understand. He's not a villain of malice. He's a villain of attrition.
That's a tragic story. There needs to be more of those. I'm sure there's a lot, but in comics where it's like the villain doesn't realize they're a villain.
Yeah, there's got to be one where it's like he thinks he's the good guy. You know, I can think of
probably pretty common. I can think of a few already now that we're saying that.
It kind of sounds like the episode of the Powerpuff Girls where they try and make a fourth Powerpuff Girl, and then they end up making like this horribly disfigured hunchback Powerpuff Girl.
Yeah.
And the episode ends with the narrator just crying. That's the end of the episode. No, as a child, I'm like, this is weird.
Feels wrong.
Dang it, Bobby.
Well,
Whoa! Dang it, Bobby.
does the head that Kratos carries around, does he talk a lot?
Yeah.
You say a lot of words? I mean, Boomhauer?
Yeah, he's like basically like another character.
It was Boomhauer. Like, and he's the guy who's like trying to give you hints
Yeah.
and stuff. Dang on, man,
funny.
tell you
I'll do-
what, man.
That might be better.
Hang on, man. Tell you what, you gotta press A button, man. Tell you what, you gotta jump up, man. Tell you what,
That-
you double jump.
Concept-wise,
twice.
that's better. Bill, I think, is just a funnier drawing, but I mean, like when I thought about it, but I think, yeah, Boomhauer's probably a better choice.
Tell you what, press right stick, man. Tell you, go roll, man. You got eye friends, man. Tell you watch out, man. People tell you got time button presses right. Get between the shockwaves, man. Sometimes roll, sometimes you gotta jump, man. But yeah.
My goodness. There's an exit sign.
Tell you what, man, that there be the end level, man. Tell you, go do that, man. Hit stat screens. Tell you all the secrets you missed, man. Maybe all the time limit score you got on the level, man. Then you go to level select screen, pick next level. Maybe play the same one again, man. You want to get an S rank. Tell you what.
I like it.
Yeah. So, anyways, another thing I watched is we watched Amazon, I think it was, had this like weird Batman Christmas animation.
Oh yeah. I forgot about that. I messaged you about it when I saw that it was posted. And I forgot it existed. I'm curious to hear about that.
We watched it. I mean, the animation in it was great and charming, and it was cute. Kind of felt like a little too long. Kind of felt like once it hit like I realized like it was an hour and a half, and like once we hit the hour mark, I was kind of like, okay, yeah, no, like I feel like this needs to be wrapped up now. But I mean, it was charming. It was fine. It was cute. The jokes were funny. Everyone had interesting designs. It felt a little long. It was also very much for kids. Like,
Yeah.
Like if you like animation and you like to watch like good animation, like yeah, it's great. It's great animation and it looks charming and stuff like that. But like story wise and like vibe wise, very much for kids. And also it does this weird thing. And I have this issue with a lot of like things that are built off of like the IP of other things. So it's like you know, it's like a Marvel spin-off, or it's like a Batman spin-off, or it's a, you know, Godzilla spin-off. You know, these sorts of things. If they're part of like a well-known and established IP, especially one that's owned by one of these giant mega media corporations, I've been noticing this thing, and I don't know if it's just because I'm aware of sort of just this weird like devouring of IP nature of a lot of like modern media. But there's just a lot of like this weird reverence towards the IP when it's like this weird spin-off. So like people will be like, oh my god, it's Batman. Batman is the coolest person. Did you know that? And then like, you know, someone will see the Joker and they'll be like, oh my gosh, the Joker. Oh, the Joker, the legendary villain that we all know and love, who is the villain of Batman. You know what I mean? It's like this weird reverence towards like
I mean, how many times have they made iterations of these things? Like it's like an institution. It's like they're just the character is more popular than the actual, like the concept is more popular than the actual character.
yeah.
Is that kind of what you're saying?
So, sort of, yeah. It's the character is more like everyone knows you're watching this because it's the Batman animated movie. What the hell are they doing with this? And it's like the characters in the shows tend to have like this idolatry like towards these things and be like, wow, it's the IP. Crazy. I don't know if I'm explaining this properly. I'm having a hard time kind of putting it into words, but it's just like it's just this extreme reverence towards, like, if it was like a Power Rangers spin-off, like it would have like the new Power Rangers who have just been hired by Zordon, and Zordon's got like this fanfare because it's Zordon. You remember? It's kind of like member berries.
Yeah, it's like fan service type.
Yeah, that's really what it is. I'm just complaining about fan service, like annoying fan service.
Yeah,
in these
and
things.
It is annoying.
But I felt like there was a bit of that where it was like, you know, the kids playing around with like Batman's gadgets or something like that in the beginning of the movie, and it's like, son, these are my
Right.
the cat's at my window. I'll be right back.
And I feel okay.
Wasn't that crazy? And it's really coming down.
Oh boy. So I have a theory as to why that fan service is so annoying. Like, fan service isn't inherently a bad thing. It can be fun when the concept is like something a little more like, I think it's annoying to you because it's Batman, and Batman is everywhere, and there's a new Batman movie every year, and everybody knows Batman, and it's just like, we get it. So then you don't need to be like, Batman reference, huh? Get it? Because Batman, it's like, we all know.
Yeah, but
Because
it's not just
It's different
not-
if you do fan service for like something, like say they're making like a weird like reboot of something that hasn't been around for 30 years. Then it's like, get it? You know this reference.
Yeah.
But like, it's Batman. We fucking get so much Batman. Like, who gives a shit?
I don't think
Like,
it's
I can
even
see that
just.
making it more annoying.
I think it's also like it's like because it's so like they're kind of like basking. It's like it's Batman, but also Batman is descending from on high with like angel wings, and they're going like, oh, Batman IP. It's like insisting like, don't you love Batman? Batman's the best. It's like the vibe is it's I don't know, I don't have a better word for it than like reverent, where it's like, ah, Batman. It's like you know what I mean?
That's weird.
It's
yeah. I think I kind of understand.
like if a character is meeting, like if there were like a Marvel TV show that were gonna come out tomorrow, and a character is gonna meet Spider-Man for the first time, they would have like a scene where the character's like, oh my gosh, it's you, it's Spider-Man. Oh, Spider-Man is the coolest superhero. Wow. Like, he wouldn't say it like that, but there would be like this, like, for instance, there wouldn't be one of these movies where a main character sees like I don't know, Terminator, and the main character would be like, who the fuck is that guy? They would be like, oh, it's Terminator, you know? Like, there is just like this sort of mashing into your brain, like, thing is good, IP is a wonderful, glorious thing, and here it is. I don't know. It's just this, and I see.
I get what you're saying.
So in the Batman cartoon, like the kid's playing around with like Batman's gadgets, and he's like, "Whoa, it's his bat belt! Oh, it's his batarang!"
So the character is a big fan of Batman, and then in the character's like you felt like they were trying to tell you how you should feel about Batman as well.
Yes.
Through the way
Thank
the
you.
character
Yes.
feels about him.
You are getting to the core of what I am saying. Yes.
I understand. Okay. Yeah, I can see how that's annoying, especially if it feels like they're not actually writing a character who loves Batman and instead are doing that. Like, it would probably be a subtle difference to write one and write the other, but I feel like you can write somebody who's a fan of a fictional character and not make it feel like they're just trying to sell you more.
Just trying to sell me on the idea
shows.
of you love Batman, right? You know.
Gotcha. Yeah, that could be annoying. If it
And it feels especially
they're trying to
insidious because it's like a
pitch Batman to you.
yeah, and it feels a little insidious because it's like, hey, this is a Batman kids movie that's very definitely geared for kids. It's like the writing is fine and it's funny at times, but it's not. It doesn't try very hard to be something that like I got bored of it. I thought an hour into it, it's getting a little long here, which gives me the impression that like because it went on for a whole half hour extra or something like that, it's supposed to be enjoyed by kids. The writing wasn't I don't know, everything about it just felt geared towards not an adult. Like, sure, an adult can watch it. They'll watch it for the first 20 minutes, get some laughs, but then they'll go and they'll do their own thing. There are some shows where like, you know, oh, you could watch it as an adult with your kid and it's fine. You'll both have fun. And then there's like movies that are just like bouncy ball. Only the kid will ever enjoy. Like the parent's gonna want to walk out of the room. This is a babysitting technique. Now is just putting the
right. I think so often people like try to like think it like, oh, it's not made for you. You're not allowed to have an opinion. But I don't think that's fair. I think you can say this isn't made for me, and that's a valid opinion. But you can also say this has nothing for an adult. So as an adult, this is not entertaining at all. And I think that can be a fair criticism because not that everything has to be made for you, but a lot of times you're watching stuff with your kids. I mean, I would say most good parents aren't just handing the kid the remote and leaving the room for extended hours at a time. You're probably hanging out with your kid a little bit.
Yeah.
But also, it's good to, you know, I have nieces and nephews, and occasionally you're like, okay, let's put on the fucking Blippy because you are breaking stuff and annoying me. So,
yeah.
you know,
Sometimes, yeah.
I don't know. I don't really have a. Too many
I have no
opinions
place
on
to
it.
judge people's
I don't have
parenting
kids.
methods.
Exactly. I don't have kids, so I'm not gonna get in there with that. But
Yeah, this
you know,
just
I think it's valid to say something is not really like good from your, like a show is not good from your, for you. It's not. It might not be made for you, and that might be intentional. But also, like you can be like, I didn't like it, and here's why, and it's valid.
Yeah. And I mean, I liked the Batman thing fine enough. It's another one of those I nothing it really, like, because it got so long. After a while, I was kind of like, okay, you're too long. I'm good. And it just felt very much like it's for kids. So I don't know. I didn't get a whole lot out of it because the writing wasn't consistently funny enough to be like, I'm gonna keep watching this. Like Gravity Falls is made for kids, but man, that show is fucking funny. So I'll watch it. And this was not that. Yeah, it is. This was not that. This was made for kids. So.
Okay. Well, thanks again. You just named two things that were on my list to watch, and now I will not watch them. So I think I owe you like 5 hours or something like that.
What could I say? I'm out here saving lives.
Thanks, pal. Appreciate you.
It took me forever. I mean, you might as well have watched one of the movies in the amount of time it took me to try and like summarize my thoughts on these movies.
We got there.
Did. You understand what I'm saying about that reverence, though? Is that shit's just weird to me. I don't know. It felt like
I said, I don't think it is. I think it can be done in a way where you write a character who's like a fan. You know, like I think like if I remember correctly, like the Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, like he was a fan of Peter Parker.
Yeah, that one didn't feel.
and it didn't feel. It felt like they wrote an actual character who's just like a fan of something versus them trying to sell you Spider-Man toys or whatever.
Yeah. The aggressive, just trying to sell me the idea that like Spider-Man, what it really feels like is they're trying to sell to you the idea that like this thing is meaningful and an important part of like your life or personality.
Yeah.
And that's weird to me. It's really weird when I see when it feels brazen and I can sense like the corporate hand being like, yes, remind them that they love Spider-Man.
Can you move your Hank up like a little bit closer to the top of the frame, just a little? Yeah, but then move him back. So I can his head.
There's
Not
no
back where he
pleasing
was.
you.
Not back where he was, but yeah, there you go. You understand.
I understand what you're saying. But yeah, I don't know. I can feel that. I can sense that happening in scenes of like shows and movies every once in a while, where I can feel the corporate hand being like, yes, pull the lever and remind them that they love Ninja Turtles. Ninja Turtles is important to them. It's a part of their childhood. When they have children, they will tell their children about Ninja Turtles.
It reminds them of the one time they were happy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes. Chase that happiness.
Rose-colored goggles were made for
Look how menacing they are.
Yeah. I don't know, it just feels weird when and it's like delivered through like this child character being like, oh my god, it's the Batmobile, that's so cool, and it's like,
yeah, okay, yeah, that's annoying. I don't like that either.
It's annoying, and it feels nefarious when it's in like a kid's movie, so it's like trying to sell the kid on that idea, and it's like,
right,
man, what? This is weird. I don't know. It's weird when I can experience it happening in movies made for adults too, and especially weird because I'm just like, oh, there are adults who fall for this like song and dance of yes. Don't you love?
There's my
the seminal
Boomhauer,
Jason Statham films, The Transporter. Yes, well, with this
Boomhauer
new Transporter reboot, I like it. When we reboot the Transporter, have Jason Statham as a character on the radio.
Hey, it's me, the Transporter.
We will remind them how much they love the Transporter.
You got things that need transporting. I'm your guy.
I don't transport people. That's like his one rule, I think, if I remember correctly.
Oi, I'm the milkman.
So he's got like a roll.
Yeah. Isn't that the new Jason Statham movie, or is the Beekeeper the new Jason Statham movie?
Is that one?
No, yeah, like one of the new Jason Statham movie is like he's a beekeeper. There's like 5 movies coming out in the next like 3 months that are about this guy is this one occupation, but guess what? He's actually like secret badass, and he does murders, and he works for the government. Maybe there's like 5.
Hey, bruv.
There's like the Milkman.
You know me.
I think the Milkman is a real one or something like that.
Is that a real one? Oh, okay.
There's the Painter.
I'm not original.
There's the Painter. There's the Beekeeper. There's the Stunt Man. Those are 3 of them, and those are actual ones. I swear to gosh.
Oh, okay. Never mind. Sorry.
No, I'm just
Not
like
original.
I don't think one of them is actually the Milkman. I think you're safe. I don't think that job is. I think that job is too archaic to be.
I'm the street sweeper.
On the
Got
chimney
a real
sweep.
mess to clean up, bruv. My father told me how to sweep the streets.
I'm the deli slicer. What? Do you want a half pound? You want a quarter pound? Tell you what. Why don't you tell me how much meat, how much salami you want, and I'll cut
At
you a
some point
nice
in the
little
movie,
slice of cheese stick.
He slams
And
their
then
head on the
maybe
slicer.
I won't stick your head in this slicer.
Oh, that happens in that Game Over Man movie with the Workaholics guys. Ugh. Did not like. Blech. That whole movie was weird. Did you watch Game Over Man with the Workaholics people?
No.
Austin and I watched it when you went back to Grand Rapids when we were hanging out at his place in Chicago for my
Okay.
one birthday that one time.
Yeah.
So we watched like a bunch of movies that night. That was one of them, and that movie was weird because it's like, it's the workaholics guys doing like almost their workaholics characters, but just like little tweaks on them, so like they're not very far off the formula, but they're still like kind of like. They're basically the workaholics like dynamic, but with these different characters. But it's like the same dynamic regardless. Anyways, and then it's like this like Die Hard. They kind of retread, but like it's also like super violent and gory, and it's like I don't know. It's weird, but it's also being a comedy. But it's also like if like a character gets like a metal bar shoved through their face, and it's like done to be like intense and like realistic looking. It's a weird vibe. I don't know.
I've seen that before, where like it's like gratuitous gore, but like for its comedy's sake, and I don't hate it when it's done right.
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird.
Gore doesn't bother me very much in movies when it, I don't know.
Yeah.
Depends on the tone, really, for me.
I don't know. It's a weird tone. It's a weird tone in this movie.
Yeah, it sounds strange. Sounds like they're trying to do a couple different things simultaneously.
Yeah. I would give it. I don't know. I would give it like a 4.5 maybe a 5. I don't know. It was weird. I would give it a 4.5.
A lot of movies to not watch.
I know. I've done the hard work so that other people can avoid these movies.
I appreciate it.
But hey, every so often I find a Knights of Newgate,
It's true. I think. Did you find that one?
I don't know. I was there for it. I don't know who found it specifically.
I guess I don't either. Actually, now that I was gonna like correct you, and then I'm like, I actually have no idea. You're probably right. Or you probably. Right.
But you see, it was actually
No, it's true.
I who found Knights of Newgate.
Put this guy in an easily escapable prison.
I want to say that I found Knights of Newgate because I feel like I'm the only one in our group who would click on the photo that, would be accompanied with Knights of Newgate.
Right. For some reason, I'll immediately follow this up by saying I was wrong. I'm sure of it. But for some reason, I thought it was me. But then I'm like, no, I would never select that ever. I'm like, I'm never that guy when we're watching stuff who's picking like, hey, I found this obscure thing that 0 people have watched and that looks stupid and everything about it looks bad. Let's check it out. Like, I don't have that morbid curiosity for movies. I like to watch things that like a lot of money went into them and they went wrong, or like they're just cheesy because they're old and maybe they were like felt a little more like maybe it fit a little bit more when it came out, like stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like I don't really want to watch the like, hey, I was walking home and a trash can blew over in the wind and a DVD fell out of it and I want to watch it now.
Yeah, it is very funny. We've discussed this a lot of times, but I find it very fascinating how we do happen to just represent like the branching like sort of approaches to finding and like watching bad movies, like bad movies or bad media is this like wonderful, there's an art to it, there's a poetry to bad movies, and we all have our own different like methods for like what we're looking for in a bad movie, but also like how we're gonna look for these bad movies.
Yeah. If bad movies are an art, we all have a very different genre we like.
Yeah.
Funny
like
how we all like search in different ways to find the things we're looking for.
Like, I'm looking for those diamonds in the rough. Like, I'm putting in that work. I'm watching the trash of the trash. I'm watching it all the way through because I'm trying to find that junk that's hilarious. And it's painful. It's a lot of sacrifice, but then sometimes you get Knights of Newgate.
Yeah. I like cheesy stuff and old stuff and, like, campy stuff. And then Austin likes like something that was like the biggest budget in the world and has a lot of effects and then failed. Like, yeah. That's like the 3 different
You and Austin
driving
do
forces.
approach similar, I feel like, tastes. Like, you are both looking for the expensive failure. I think Austin's just looking for it on a more grand scale.
I don't care as much about the expensive part, to be honest. Like, I mean, like I'm not there for the effects. That's a great bonus, but I don't really care that much about
Not
that.
expensive like effects, but just expensive and like I mean like in the studio. How in the studio system was it where like, you know, oh, this was our big movie that we were gonna come out with. Like Warner Brothers was really trying to push blank, and then it turned out to be fucking shit in a hilarious way. You know what I mean? Like I feel like that's.
You think that's kind of what I'm looking for a lot of times?
Maybe, I don't
You
know.
might be right. I'm just.
Because like over the top, I think you're just looking for the cheesy fun. I think you're looking for cheesy fun. I think that's mainly.
Yeah, I don't know.
your
Like
vibe.
a lot of like the stuff that I pitch is like, hey, so this came out in the 70s, and it's it's like everything it was made from hand, and it looks ridiculous. There's a lot of like passion that went into this dumpster fire. I don't know. Like that's kind of, I like the campy. I like campiness a lot.
Yeah.
That's a driving force.
Like you like the Schadenfreude. Like Schadenfreude is like a specific, I think, genre of bad movie, but you're looking more for the over the tops. You know, you're looking for. But like, you do enjoy the Schadenfreude aspect of the bad movies to an extent. So it's like.
Oh, certainly. I definitely like. I think all the three things we're listing, all of us enjoy, but we have different motivations for like where we hunt for for those movies.
We have different hunting grounds.
It's very true.
I don't draw like muscular men very often, so it's hard to figure out how his like body should look when he's trying to like.
I've been working out, Bobby.
Dang it, Bobby. Why don't I tell you about playing around with bulls, I don't know, Minotaurs. My mind went back to Minotaurs. I haven't played enough of God of War to be able to make a lot of jokes about this.
Minotaurs are Greek, aren't they?
Yeah, he killed the Greeks at all of the Greek mythology at the end of the.
Greeks dead. The Greek mythology is dead before this game starts. I want him to go somewhere else after this, but I don't think any of the others. I guess he could go to like Egyptian
Bobby,
shit. That would be.
We're
fun.
going after this fella named Allah.
Yeah. That would go poorly.
That would not go well.
You can't choose religions that people are still into for that concept. I mean, I would love it as a consumer, but it would not go over well. It would offend a lot of people.
I'm gonna go and I'm gonna look him in face. I'm gonna tell him, actually, it's no way.
I guess he could do Egyptian. I think that would probably be
reference.
like a good one, right?
Yeah, probably the Egyptian gods, Anubis, Horus, all of them. It was a Yahweh joke, what I was saying, the no way thing.
Yeah. It's Yahweh or the highway.
More like no way.
Beat it for anyone who may have forgotten what I had said, so I could get in extra trouble. No, yeah, it would be fun to see him tackle different mythologies, or like, you know, it'd be cool if there was maybe like a spin-off where he goes to like Easter Island, finds out why the people are making those giant heads for whatever reason, you know? He's like,
What
What are you doing here?
What if the next one
They're
he goes
carving
after
heads.
mythological, like, or well, he always does. But what if he went after like Santa
Oh, that would be great.
and like the Easter Bunny?
I'll tell you what. No one's coming down my chimney.
Oh, and he's also Hank Hill in that one.
Yeah, I'm still operating in the mode that he's Hank Hill.
I don't care what your name is. You stop putting presents underneath my tree or I'm gonna kick your ass.
Alright, I got my Atreus Bobby done.
Trace Bobby's looking pretty good.
Hey, Dad.
I don't know enough about.
Why don't you solve this puzzle by doing this?
Damn it, Bobby! I was gonna solve it. Let your father think for 3 seconds.
That's a great God of War Ragnarok impression because they don't let you solve puzzles like they did in the first one. The first one is just like, all right, you figure it out. Now you like walk up and you're like, hey, try shooting that, and you're like, shut the fuck up. I'm trying to. I would have got there. You don't need to tell me everything.
Atreus is just a know-it-all kid. I mean, that's what kids are like when they get to be that age.
You know, it's not easy when your son starts solving puzzles faster than you. Hard to like, pass the torch. You're like, I used to solve the puzzles. Now, times are changing.
The cats? Look, oh, I tell you what, Bobby, the cats in the cradle and the silver spoons. Little Boy Blue and the Man in the Moon.
I'm doing anymore, man. What is my fucking life?
When you're coming home, Bobby?
I don't know when.
You did more. Maybe it would be easy to. You're not done till I say you're done.
Damn right.
Well, we'll get together then.
Whoa!
Whoa!
Tell you what, man, dang old press select button, man. Tell you we go check your inventory, man. You get messages from other NPCs, man. Tell you what, gonna be bothering you, going beep beep beep. I tell you what, man, I don't want to read no messages. I'm trying to play action RPG game, man. Tell you what, man, I'll read some low, man, when I don't got a good book to read, man. Like, tell you what, man, dang old, annoying, man. What's your Bill sound like, Brandon? Do a good Bill impersonation for us.
I don't know that I can. I have to think about how Bill sounds. I don't think I can do it. I'm not.
Come on,
there's
embarrass
nothing
yourself for
harder
us.
than just trying to just do it like right off the cuff. Like an
embarrass
impression that you
yourself for us.
I would need to watch some Bill. I can't like. It's like trying to draw the apple straight out of your mind type thing. I can't even visualize the voice.
You're on Apple 5, not Apple 1, you know?
I am on Apple 1 when it comes to apples, but now when it comes to Bill Dotrieve's voice,
I could attempt it.
I feel like that's the worst example for that concept because it's just like
an apple.
Even in iconography, apples are so common. Like if you're drawing the alphabet, you draw an apple. If you put something next to each letter. What do I draw for A? Most people are drawing an apple. It's just such a common imagery that I'm like, yeah, I got an apple locked down in my head. I can spin it around in 3D. I can see all the parts of it.
That's the point of it, is they're trying to say some people can't spin around in 3D. Some people can't even conjure the mental image of it. They're trying, it's like a sliding scale for, there's a name for people who can't conjure mental images. It's
idiots.
It's like one of them words that people use, you know?
I guess I understand. They're saying you can't. Those people can't do it with anything.
A fantasia, the lack of mental imagery, is a thing.
Because yes, there are things that also I wouldn't be able to do it with, but an apple is just one that I'm like, I got an apple locked down.
Yeah, that's why they picked it, because it's like a thing everyone knows.
So I misunderstood the whole thing.
I think so.
Got it. I don't know why I was so focused on the apple, but now I get it.
Yeah, see, if you're an Apple 1 seer, so you're the opposite end of the Fantasia, but the people they're trying to lock down are the Apple 6 people who don't see the Apple 5, 4, 3, 2, or 1, you know?
Exactly. Okay, I understand now.
Yeah. I have a mental image in my head of what Bill sounds like. I don't know if I'd be able to do
it's like higher like this.
No, he's not Bill Cosby.
No, not as much in the throat like that. But
I'll tell you what, Hank. I'll tell you what.
He's kind of like that. He's like,
I don't know what I'm built on tree.
Yeah, that's good. That kind of cadence there.
I think I'd maybe cut someone's hair, then maybe they'd kiss me on the mouth if I cut their hair. I don't know. That's my build-out tree.
That's good. Pink posts. Zenit says, it'd be cool if Kratos just chilled after having a lot of closure. Like, guys, he's good. Yeah, I don't
Actually true.
I don't know how Ragnarok ends, but I feel like I could see them killing him off at some point, if not in this game. It's not even like a spoiler. I just mean from like a franchise type. I could see them passing on the torch type thing.
That's the interesting thing. Whenever like you have the franchised character with like the long history, and then all of a sudden you give him a kid, like
Yeah, it feels like a passing the torch moment.
You guys, it's not looking so good for your old pal Kratos over here.
And they've all fleshed him out so much, and even like, you know, there's segments of the game where you play as Atreus and Kratos isn't around, and it feels good. So like, it's not even like you're like, okay, this would be a fun game too. I mean, even though you're doing it for like half the game, like I could just see it being easily pass the torch moment. I don't know, but Kratos is a fun character. There's no need to kill him.
yeah. I don't know how to do this fucking arm, man. Like the
Okay.
proportion
What layer are you on? I'm not gonna like take over, but I'm just gonna help a little bit.
on title.
I think I can make
Title 1.
a tweak. Title 1?
Just title.
Oh, got it. Tweak will help. I think his shoulder's too like squished in.
I think you're right.
Something like that. I think that already kind of helps.
Does already help, yeah. This is like the now it looks better.
Yeah, before it felt like his arm was like
Yeah,
crunched in. Now it feels a little bit better.
I was getting a little bit blind I was getting lost in the sauce. I couldn't figure out what.
Yeah, I mean, so often if I'm like drawing and it's not going the way I want it to, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna walk away for an hour, and then I come back and solve it almost immediately, most of the time.
That's so true. I have experienced that. And also, like, sometimes I'll do a drawing and I won't be like super thrilled with it. And then I'll try it a second time, and then I've had one drawing where I'm thinking of a specific one where I drew it once, hated it, couldn't figure out why I'd hated it, and then I just like didn't look at it. I'm gonna keep a save of it just in case, but I just redrew the idea again, and like second time around, hey, I actually like this. Crazy how that works.
Yeah, it's just when you're like, I feel like if you're too close to something for too long, you can't see it as a whole anymore. You're zeroed in on little details, and you're getting further away from your goal.
Yeah, you get like fatigue, like you get eye fatigue from the art. Like you just you need fresh eyes on it. Alright, I'm gonna cover this Kratos real fast now. Can't think of any other movies to tell you about. I feel like I had one more. I don't.
I don't know what you watched.
I don't know what you watch. Oh, I can talk about Renfield. I watched Renfield too.
Oh yeah. About that.
I didn't realize that movie was from last year. Like, when I watched it, I was like, this came out in 2022, right? Like, I don't keep up. I don't get to watch a lot of recent movies, I feel like. But anyways, Renfield, it was weird. It was also a comedy that was also extremely gory, although much less realistic gory than Game Over Man, but it was still like it was nuts how much people exploded into bits in that movie. But it was fine, and it was like the weirdest thing about the movie was just like tonally, it was all over the map, man. Like, sometimes it was a serious drama about, like, a police officer trying to get revenge for her dad's death or something like that. And also there's the mob, and the mob has, like, the police in their pocket. And
And
then
there's Dracula.
there's Dracula, and then there's also this weird, like, rom-com, like, sort of thing, kind of vibe with the main character and Awkwafina. And it's like jumping between these three, like, constant, and also then there's like these extremely, like, violent fight scenes that are, like, honestly not too badly shot and, like, choreographed. Like, the fight scenes look, I can see what's happening, you know, with the occasional visual every now and then. But then, like, they go back to, like, they'll, like, jump from, like, a serious tone to, like, this goofy violent fight scene to rom-com to, I don't know, it's tonally, it's just like, if I could not keep, like, my head straight on, like, how am I supposed to feel when I'm watching this movie? Like, what vibe am I supposed to get from this?
I hate when that's kind of the case. I don't know. It makes it hard to, like, enjoy something that way.
Yeah, the whole time I watched it with Austin because he happened to be visiting the area when we watched it, but, like, it was just like, we were watching it, and then, like, it would go to the next scene, and we would both just go, like, what? This is happening? Like, what is this movie trying to make me, like, how am I supposed to feel when I watch this movie? You know, like, the movie doesn't need to tell me, like, oh, you have to feel happy. But it's like, you know, there's a vibe maybe that the movie should kind of not jump so immediately to a different vibe. Like, you can have different vibes in a movie, but, like, this movie's vibe is, like, just
Confused.
Scattered. Yeah, I don't know. It was so weird. It was such a weird vibe. But I gotta say, Nicolas Cage does an amazing job playing Dracula. Like, damn, he was, like, made for that role. Like, easily the best part of the movie is Nicolas Cage's Dracula. Like, he's so good. He's just got, like, when Austin and I were,
I mean, that's the part you would. I think that's the part that people are most there to see. So
yeah, for sure.
that's good that they at least, like, deliver on that.
Yeah, like, when Austin and I were watching, like, the one thing we were commenting on, like, was, like, there's a rhythm and, like, a pacing to Nicolas Cage's performance, and it's, like, a thing I really enjoy when people are, like, sort of playing roles is, like, there's a choreography to, like, his movements almost, in his, like, evil, like, presentation of a villain sort of ways. It's, I don't know, it's he's making choices with it, and they're all working, I think. Really good.
That's
Dracula. Cool. But, like, it's, you know, he's in, like, he's in plenty of scenes in the movie, actually. Like, he's not completely, like, he's not, like, hidden. Like, you know, they weren't just like, oh, we got Nicolas Cage in for 3 minutes, you know? And
Good. I was also worried about that. Like, you know, you say he's, like, the best parts of the movie, and I'm like, oh, good. Oh God, I hope he's not just in it for, like, a few minutes.
Yeah, he's not in it as much as, like, the main Renfield character. Go figure. You know, he's not in it as much as the main character. And he's not in it as much as Ben Schwartz is. Ben Schwartz plays, like, the bad guy of the movie, who is not Dracula. But he's in it, and, like, his scenes when he's in it, I'm like, damn, Nicolas Cage, like, you should always play Dracula. Great, he does a great job.
I mean, I've seen him play a vampire once before, and I enjoyed it a lot. So I don't from that little sample size.
Yeah. So that's that movie. I watched it. My thoughts, opinions.
Cool. I won't watch that either.
I'd give it a 6.5.
Good to know. That's the highest rating you've given out today.
That's fair. That's true. Hey, man, you can't win them all.
You've been losing a lot lately.
So true. Talk about my life, huh? You talk about my life?
Talking about your movie choices, but
Talk about my life. Being parallels here. I don't like what I'm saying. Yeah. Look, man, I watch these movies because I like to. I feel like even from a movie I nothing, I still learn something about, you know, what it's like to make things. Maybe it makes me more confused. I don't know. Because sometimes I'll watch one of those movies where I feel nothing, and I'm like, what about this movie has failed to, like, sink in, like, emotionally for me. Like, how is this movie failing to elicit any sort of
Okay.
feeling?
I feel that way a lot about bad movies, but when I feel nothing, my mind is not like, okay, so let me think more about that. I almost feel like it almost feels like a dream. Like as soon as I leave the theater,
does.
my brain just starts pitching it in the trash and it's gone.
It is. There is a very dreamlike sort of sense to the loss of that time when you watch like a movie that you just felt nothing for. You're just like, wow, that time is a write-off. Your Bobby looks hilarious.
Like,
But yeah, I don't know. Sometimes when I have nothing in that movie, if I have nothing else to go off of, like, for thoughts on that movie, I would just be like, what is it about that, like, nothing has scratched, like, nothing, like, if it was trying to inject me with some sort of poison, and that poison was, feel anything about this movie, like, what about it has not scratched the skin, you know? Like, what?
right.
How did you fail so hard to elicit feeling from a human who is open?
Yeah, it doesn't feel like that hard of a making a good movie. I think that's hard to do. I'll give credit where it's due. But just making a serviceable movie, that doesn't sound that hard. Making something that, like, by the time it's done, you're not like, well, that was a waste of my time. That doesn't seem as difficult or as insurmountable of a goal.
I want to say I agree, but also at the same time, sometimes I'm like, you know, is the stuff and this is like an imposter syndrome conversation sort of. It's like, is the stuff I'm making any good? Like, and I don't mean that in like an existential dread sort of way. It's just like
Right.
I like my stuff because I made it. Like, so how, and like if I show it's like most of the people who have seen my stuff probably know me to some degree, or have at least like signed on to the idea of like, this guy's
Hard
cool
to get
enough.
a full, like a real, full opinion if it's people that love you, I suppose, right?
Yeah, like you don't. It's very hard to.
I think the answer is you have enough peers who are also artists who are honest with you, right?
Yeah, I think so. But
That-
you know,
Can put your mind at ease a little bit because I think your peers would tell you if something wasn't good, or where it's at least like needs work, or where it's like lacking, right?
yeah, I
I
think
don't
so.
know. I think that's why artists surround themselves with other artists, so that you have that critique things that you can't get anywhere else, short of just putting your thing out into the world. But you hope it's good by then, right? Before you do that.
You'd hope so, yeah.
I don't know. I personally, I like to surround myself with other creatives because I want honest opinions about my work and how to make it better, and you know, if it's good or if it needs something. It's something that, you know, I got in school that I was like, damn, that was invaluable. I need more of that. I don't know, but that's one way to kind of get rid of that imposter syndrome a little bit, I think.
I don't struggle with it in like it doesn't like grip me with dread sort of way. Sometimes I just think about it and I'm just like, huh, I really not that I'd want it to, because like it'd definitely be like a genie's wish, where you wish for like, oh, I wish I got to hear like the unbridled opinion and truth about my stuff, you know. And that's like and then you get what you wish for, and you're just like, oh my god, people on the internet are so mean.
You'd be like, so how do I turn this off?
Yeah.
I don't need this anymore. I've made a mistake, really.
So you know, it's not like the kind of thing where I get that feeling. Like I do get imposter syndrome proper sometimes, but I usually manage to get past it. But you know, that sort of thought of, wow, I've never, I don't know if it's possible to get like, aside from just like putting it out on the internet and like people finding it, like getting just the unvarnished opinion of a random stranger, like, do you like
it's hard to
this?
I think it is. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's not easy to, if you don't like something, it's not easy to tell the person who made it to their face that it sucks. Especially, I think, you know, once again, peers, artists see the value in it, so they're honest for that reason, because they want that in exchange. Like they want it from you too.
Yeah.
But yeah, with like a stranger or something, yeah, definitely. You can just be like, hi, do you like this? Because somebody would be like, yeah, I never have to talk to you again. And made you feel good. Now I can walk away from it.
Yeah. Some guy, but like then also some guys on the internet are just like mad, and it's like you can't even get like an honest opinion out of them, because some of them are just like when they say that this sucks, what they really mean is my life is chaos and I don't feel like I have control of my life and its direction.
Yeah, I can. One thing I do have control of is I know how to make you feel bad, so I'm gonna do that.
Exactly.
This is a good God of the Hill.
Yeah, I think so. Does my Hank look like Hank Hill? I can't tell. He looks kind of like just Bobbish now.
So yeah, it does actually. It does look like Hank. I think. I think you. The only thing I would correct is I think he has more of a Kratos head shape than a Hank Hill head shape. But
Fair. I could make his head more square.
I mean,
I'm gonna do one thing. Okay.
I don't know what a shaved head Hank Hill would look like.
I have one idea. Find the right layer. This is gonna change things dramatically. Okay, you ready for this?
Mm-hmm. That's good. I think honestly, it also would have been funny. I don't want this now at all because it would take a long time, and I like this drawing a lot as it stands. Oh, that helps a lot too, actually.
His glasses were kind of like too modern.
I don't want this because I like this drawing a lot, and also I don't want to change everything. But it would also be funny if he just had Hank's body type.
Yeah, that would be funny too. I wasn't sure how far into like where I wanted the slider on this drawing to go.
It's hard to decide who gets what. But no, I like it. It's good.
I feel like
Now look here, son.
Wait, that did not sound like. You need to get your activation word, and that didn't.
Now
sound
look
like...
here, son. I'm Hank Hill.
The first one you kind of sounded. Who did you sound?
God damn it, Bobby.
The first time you sounded like oh my god, like
Most of my Hank Hill is just this like this part of you like you do like
you think it's up in your throat. Well, I tell you what, if up my throat, I tell you what. Gotta get up there.
Right. Do you want to do anything more to this drawing, or can I save it?
I wish it was more centered, but I mean, I don't know how we're gonna accomplish that without just ruining everything.
Oh, well, I mean, unless we're doing a background, I'll probably crop it if I post it somewhere.
All right, this is fine. I think this is good. I'm happy with the end result on this.
Yeah, I'm happy with it. All right, I'm gonna save this. And Brandon, anything to plug? I don't know why we always do the plug-in thing. We probably should stop, right? Like, how else do we say goodbye? Short of
a musical number.
The same plug
so long, farewell. Off we are saying goodbye. Some song to you.
We should make a like goodbye music video, and we just play it every time.
Just play music video at the end of every.
Yeah, that we made.
When you say music video, I immediately pictured like a rap song music video.
It could be. It'd be a song about DrawBomb, and then it's like it could be like partially live action. Might be funny, and then like signing off like video or something. I don't know.
Man, if only we had, like the financial incentive to make all these hopes and dreams we have for this show. Like we could do so many things.
I mean, we just have to pick a thing because we have the resources to make.
I don't mean like we need the financial resources to like make it possible, but just like
time
to justify the time expense. I think is a lot of it.
That's fair. We have to pick one thing and work on it because we don't have time for all the things.
Yeah. Maybe someday, maybe never. Who knows? Things to plug. I'm trying to put a short out in the next 2 days. The next short. Oh, we never actually watched the.
Oh shit! Do you want to do that still before we go?
Like 8 seconds long. I don't know if it's worth bringing up.
I also think by the end of the episode, the viewers kind of are lower.
This is true.
That means you can't. It's up to you.
All I'm trying to say is 18K more, and I have 100K lips. What does that mean?
We should have some like. We need some like eye and lip purchase.
We do need some high-end lip purchases. Anyways,
what you can get with 100K lip.
Yeah.
A real life kiss. We'll drive to your house, kiss you on the lips.
Yeah, we'll kiss you between the cheeks. We didn't say which cheeks though. No. Yeah, I put a new like vertical format short on the DrawBomb website, or not website. What am I on the DrawBomb web zone? No, on the DrawBomb YouTube page. And I'm trying to put out another sketch empty head buffet in the next couple days. It's probably going to be about 3 minutes long in length or something around there. That's something I've been working on, and that's it.
Cool. So follow our stuff on Instagram. Follow us on YouTube. You can see all our stuff. We post lately. We've been posting pretty regularly on everything. So
We post.
join those spaces for some constant stream of content.
That's right. Stream of content. Turn on the fire hose. Open your mouth.
And let
Wait.
the content flow through you
Let the content into you.
into your orifices.
And where's my brain today? Where is my brain? Where is my brain?
That song.
Where is my brain?
All right, they're mad that I was like, oh, nobody's here at the end of the show. So maybe you should show this. You should sign off with your short, and then we'll go.
Yeah, let's sign off on the short.
They're all mad at me.
I was just
I
more
called them
thinking like
unimportant.
I was more brushing it off because it's like 10 seconds long. You guys will probably find it quicker.
They're all mad at me because I called them
sick.
pathetic nobodies in the chat. All right, I'll be quiet.
Figure out my brain. Back to this real quick. Where's my brain? Where is my brain?
Hopefully,
Anyways.
I feel like I set you up for failure now.
I'm sick and tired of people saying I'm not cool. I'm hip. I'm gonna watch what's on the trending page on YouTube. What's up, you guys? Today we're gonna drink a cup full of zit stuff. Oh boy, this stuff does not taste good. I'm sick and tired of people saying.
Have you watched someone drink zit stuff on YouTube?
No. But I would not be surprised if I saw it.
I think it was worth it. I think it was.
And
you know, as
running
long
a
as you say
stream
it's
is hard, folks. Running a stream is hard.
educational, you're allowed to drink zit stuff on YouTube, or show your butthole, or do whatever. It just has to be educational, right?
You can definitely you can shave your butthole on YouTube for sure. And if it's educational, man, like, hey, look, people gotta shave their buttholes, okay?
Well, that's right. I mean, you know, where else are you gonna learn how to do it? Streets.
Hey, excuse me, sir. Could you tell me how to shave my butthole? Oh yeah, why don't you come on over here and sit your lap next down to old Pappy? Let me tell you how to shave your butthole.
Oh,
I'm
my
really
legs.
glad you asked some random guy over here. Anyways, go check out our DrawBomb
On that note,
YouTube page. Fuck.
check out our stuff. We're still making it.
We're still making cartoons. I'm about to go back to doing that.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Thanks, Leviathan Den, Zay, Zone Dog, Xenu, Spellbell Rocket, Lotus Clock.
Is that everybody? I feel like that was everybody. I'm trying. Yeah, Pickle Ricky did stop in. I'm trying to think of like everyone who stopped in. Pickle Ricky, That is everybody. That doesn't feel. I feel like there's nobody else. Nobody else.
We love you all.
Love you all, everybody.
Mwah.
We finally drew what everyone was waiting for. Hank Hill as Kratos. Yeah, there's no pun.
Hank Toast.
I can't think of a good pun. Think of it.
I don't know.
Hank's toes.
Oh, dude, it's called King of the Hill because his last name is Hill.